Okay, here we are continuing with example number 2. So this one, I could do a synthetic division chart on this, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I can tell that this factors. It has a common factor. So let me factor this function and see what happens. I have a choice. I can either take out a negative x squared or a positive x squared. I'm just going to take out the negative. It doesn't really make a difference. You'll get the same answer either way. But I'm pretty sure this is what I get when I factor. And if I set these equal to 0, right, you have found zeros before by setting these equal to 0, I can get my zeros fairly quickly. I have a 0 at 0. In fact, this is considered to be a double root because of the square. And then I also have a 0 at -4. Right, so if I'm looking at the graph, because I'm going to have to graph this, I can put those in right now. Here's 1 at 0, and here's 1 at 1, 2, 3, -4. But that doesn't tell me anything else about this graph. I need some other ordered pairs. All right, so what I'm going to do for my other ordered pairs is I'm going to do synthetic division. Just because it's really fast, it's easy, and it is, in essence, a giant synthetic division chart. And I don't need very many ordered pairs, right? I know -4 gives me a 0. I'd love to know what happens at -3, at -2, and at -1, but I don't even need to put 0 through because I know it gives me a 0. So here's the numbers I'm using, -1 and -4, and then 0 as a placeholder and 0 as a placeholder. Okay, now you can do the synthetic division. In fact, I encourage you, pause the video, do the synthetic division, and see if you get what I have here. I have -1, -1, 3, and -9. For -2, I've got -1, -2, 4, and -8. At -1, I've got -1, -3, 3, and -3. All right, and that's all I need to make the rest of my graph. So let me scoot this over a little so you can still see the XY chart. And then here, I should be able to graph this fairly quickly. At -3, it's -9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At -2, it's -8. At -1, it's -3. And keep in mind, this was a double root. That means that my graph, that's the end of 6th period. Anyway, that means that my graph is going to touch that point and turn back around. Okay, so that's what that graph looks like. Again, if you can factor, go right ahead and factor. Use synthetic division to fill in the missing ordered pairs. All right, hopefully that'll give you enough information to be able to do the worksheet that's posted on the calendar for today's date, and I will go over all your questions tomorrow. Thank you.